Hello there everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. So, I'm not sure what I did. I messed something up earlier today. Not really sure what I did. I don't know if it had to do with the registration or there was something else, but yeah, I ended up locked out of my account. Told I need to reset, to change my password. So I did that and I logged in and everything was a mess. I had to fix all the settings that I had previously and fix all the hotbars. So I don't even remember what all I had. I think I had some health potions actually. So I'll put those down. Hang on a second. I think I messed up again. Let's do this. Open all. Apply. That's better. I don't know if it had to do with the registration code or if it's because I deleted a whole bunch of stuff on my OneDrive thinking it wouldn't delete stuff on my desktop. When it did delete everything on my desktop, I just restored everything. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to increase my OneDrive's storage. My offline character is still needs all her stuff fixed. But and even my gear sets disappeared. So I had to redo all of this, which was really annoying. But everything should be okay now. I got a few things with the after putting in the registration for the Dawn Trail expansion. So wind up on it. Don't know anything about that. And I don't know what the arc is. So what can you tell me about the mount? What's the arc? This is the arc. It seems there is more to you than meets the eye. Is that a transformer? A battle suit? What is that? Looks like something from Pacific Rim. Alright, so last time I stopped when I was trying to do class missions, job missions. So let's go ahead and get back to it. Green outfit she's wearing with the brown middle part. Whatever you call that part of the outfit. I like the blue there. I think that's pretty cool. Master, I've returned. Ah, Byrnjolf. I swear you have gained an ilm around the arms since last we spoke. It is plain you have not been idle. In our previous lesson, you learned the Lancer's definition of courage, and how you might go about tempering its two aspects. Today, we shall find out if your efforts have borne fruit. I see you have come prepared for battle. That is well. Your next trial will place you in the midst of a throng of enemies. In such a situation, one may be attacked from any direction, making it difficult to respond appropriately. Furthermore, the likelihood of being surrounded is high. Will your resolve bear the weight of uncertainty? Will your composure hold when the odds are stacked against you? We shall soon find out. Should you overcome this trial, what courage you already possess will be further tempered. Now heed me well, for this is what you must do. I would have you travel to Naked Rock, where the annals claim dominion. At the summit of the rock is a sacred artifact, the Stone of Courage. You must claim it and bring it to me. If you are to reach your destination, you will need to negotiate a path through whole packs of flesh-eating scalekin. Make no mistake, the creatures are intimidating foes. To stride into the midst of so many would ask much of any Lancer's courage. But given time, and no small amount of perseverance, I am confident you will prove equal to the task. That was over there. I would have been able to leave much faster. I wish I had a mount already. I need to go all the way up there. I'm gonna go down there. Oh god, that scared the shit out of me. Oh, lovely. Oh, okay, that was it. Alright. my way, you foul creatures. Congratulations. You have obtained the false Stone of Courage. Ah, you heard me right. False. What does that say about your courage, I wonder? Ah, but where are my manners? My name is Fulquist. We had the pleasure of meeting at the Lancers Guild, if you recall. On that occasion, I turned my weapon upon you, and you betrayed not a hint of fear. It was in that instant that I sensed you were unlike the others, that you had promise. And so to the present. In its current state, the trial in which you are engaged, if trial it may be called, makes a mockery of the Lancer's art. Needless to say, this cannot be tolerated. And so I have taken the liberty of moving the Stone of Courage to a more suitable location. It now resides in the depths of Spirithold, under the guard of fell fiends. A far more fitting challenge, as I am sure you will agree. Whether or not you attempt to retrieve the stone is for you to decide. If you fear for your safety, I suggest you run back to the guild and bemoan the world's frightfulness to the many brave souls who cower there. Elaine will doubtless consider it a supremely courageous act. Yet, know that our Lancer may forge true courage only in the midst of great danger. Oi! Don't sneak attack me. Ow. Boop. Ba-da-ba-boop-ba-doop-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, they ignored me. You can do it, guys. I believe. You can't stop me. Alright, back to Gridania. With all the summer heat, I would love to just lie down in that river. It looks so clean and refreshing. Yeah, Knowles draw near. Oh no. Well, I better leave now. Yeah, you guys deal with all that. I have very squeaky feet. Creak. Is that a Lollapalooza dressed up as Alpina? Where am I going? This is faster. Ethernet. Lancer's Guild. So you have returned. Tell me, were you able to obtain the Stone of Courage? Yes, this is indeed the stone, though it is in rather worse condition than when last I saw it. What happened to Naked Rock? The Lancer who but recently threatened you moved the stone to Spirit Hold? Not content with trespass and slander, the brazen fool now meddles with our training. 7 hells! This is not to be borne. Listen well, Byrnjolf. Though I do not doubt that you know better, my duty as Guildmaster compels me to state the obvious. Heed not that man's words. That a Lancer's courage can only be forged in the midst of great danger is vainglorious tripe. As you have already learned, a Lancer's courage is the product of composure and resolve. Be under no misapprehension. Watchfully navigating the Annals' territory served to temper your courage in a manner that blindly braving the terrors of Spirithold did not. As you continue your training, pray keep the lesson of this trial close to your heart. Ah, Byrnjolf, you come at a good time. I urgently require your help. Scarcely a bell ago, our old friend Falquest paid us another visit, seemingly intent upon reprising the performance he gave on the day of your first meeting. As on that occasion, he raved till the air was thick with slanders, declaring every soul who met his gaze more craven than the last. This time, however, not all ears were deaf to his myriad provocations. It seems one of our younger members took offense to his words and demanded satisfaction of the rogue. The two have since departed to duel in the East Shroud. Had I been on hand, I would have forbidden such folly and rebuked the lad for letting pride cloud his judgment. Alas, I learned of it too late, and the boy is gone. All we can do now is ensure that the hot-headed fool does not come to lasting harm. I would have departed in pursuit of the pair ere you came, but my duties keep me here. That is why I turn to you now, Byrnjolf. Pray go to the shroud in my stead, and watch over our comrade. Sure thing, boss. I got this thing handled. Oi, what do you think you're doing? I don't want to attack that. Still, we meet again. You remember who I am, I trust. Who are you again? Yeah, I do. But of course you remember your mentor, he who taught you the true meaning of courage. I understand you were able to retrieve the Stone of Courage in Spirit Hold. It seems I was right about you. Aye, you have the makings of a true lancer, unlike the charlatan of the Lancer's Guild. It is well that you have come to me, for I have just the trial for you, one that will do wonders for your courage. Uninterested, you say? Ah, but you have no choice. If you refuse, well, suffice it to say that I will not be able to guarantee the safety of your comrade here. When last we spoke, I told you that the Lancer may forge true courage only in the midst of great danger. Needless to say, the threat posed by ordinary creatures is insufficient. You must needs seek out better sport. But fear not, for I have taken the liberty of finding you something suitable. Take this alchemic potation and sprinkle it upon the exposed roots yonder. Doing so will garner you the wrath of a certain creature, which you must then strike down. What are these? These are interesting. Some kind of flower. There. I release my comrade. So you have vanquished the treant. Well done. By striking down that frenzied creature, you have further strengthened your courage. Release your comrade? Oh, I shall. Once you have completed my next trial. This one will pit you against a multitude of foes. Make your way to Lifeman's Stump in the central shroud. Once there, seek out a likely spot along the forest path to lie in wait. Man-eating wolves are wont to hunt there at this time of year, and it should not be long before a pack appears. When the beasts show themselves, you are to slay their leader, the alpha wolf. I shall be observing from up close, the better to offer you advice. Somebody's pet. You are to be congratulated, Byrnjolf. By throwing yourself into the midst of danger, you have further tempered your courage. And in the process, you have brought peace to Lifement's Stump, the place considered sacred by the people of Gridania. Having undertaken my trials, you must now see that those issued by the guild are not but child's play. Mine is the one true path courage. All others lead to ignominy. If you wish to become a lancer worthy of the name, I suggest you leave Ilwain and his house of cravens never to return. For your sake, I pray you do so soon, till we meet again. Whoops. I got turned around. Where's that water coming from, by the way? Maybe there's some water crystal up there, actually. The music just stopped, so that's a bit creepy. Bring the music back. Oh yeah, there we go. I actually really love this building. I mean, look at all that stained glass up there. It's really beautiful. Shame you can't get up there. You know, I probably had a new spear this whole... Yeah, I did. And I just went with my level 5 one. Whoops. Byrnjolf, thank the gods you are safe. The young fool of a lancer returned but moments ago and through choked cheers recounted to me all that transpired. I understand Falquest again attempted to force upon you his corrupted notion of courage. I cannot say this often enough. A lancer strengthens his courage by tempering his composure and resolve, not by rushing headlong into danger. You were able to overcome Falquest's trials, 'tis true. Yet know that you did so by virtue of true courage. That is courage born of composure and resolve. You faltered not before the fury of a frenzied treant, nor did you succumb to panic when surrounded by bloodthirsty wolves. Owing to this, you were able to perform to the fullest of your potential. You have come far, Byrnjolf. It is past time that I taught you the piercing talon technique, one of the most versatile weapons in the Lancer's arsenal. May it serve you well. I must needs decide what course of action to take with regard to your self-appointed mentor. Though no lives were lost, this latest incident only serves to confirm what I have long suspected, that Falquest will cause great harm if left to propagate his corrupted notion of courage. He must be persuaded to desist, though I do not yet know how. Mayhap his regard for you could be turned to our advantage, but leave such considerations to me. For the time being, you would do well to put Falquest from your mind. Focus on your training and strive to master the technique I have taught you. I look forward to our next meeting. I can now throw stuff. Woo! Let's grab that. I need to go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So I will point out this is not going to be that long of a video. I'm just going to be doing the story parts for the jobs I have here. And then that'll be it. I was thinking of doing the dungeon, but it is getting pretty late tonight, and I do have to get up early in the morning again for work. And I want to be able to take a shower before I go to bed. So I'll be doing the dungeon next time. And then we'll be going to Gul'da, and I have to actually get everything else up to level 15. I don't remember a person ever standing here. Mikedo's Amphitheater, so named for the legendary minstrel, once stood just beyond this rubble. It all changed 5 years ago when the calamity laid it to waste. The amphitheater has since been rebuilt at the center of our city thanks to the tireless efforts of the carpenters of Oak Atrium. Wait, you're saying the whole thing used to be over here? Again, I don't remember a person ever standing here before. Cheer up. Oh, hang on a minute. Before I forget to do it again. There. Also, is there anything I need to equip? 10. Oh, yeah, I do need to equip that. Master, I have returned. Greetings, Byrnjolf. Each time we meet, the part of Conjurer befits you ever better. In a previous lesson, you learned about the element of earth. It is my desire that you next become acquainted with the wind. Travel to Full Flower Cone in the East Shroud and seek the teachings of Hearer Wolfiu. Okay. Though scant few years have passed since her coming of age, Wolfiu is a conjurer of consummate skill, who is able to divine the will of the air and elementals with uncommon clarity. I can recommend no better tutor for your lessons in the mysteries of wind. this? I can't go to the Shroud, so let's go to the Lancers Guild and then the Shroud from there. Though it is a bit foggy to be voting. You must be Byrnjolf. Brother Isumiyan sent word to expect you. It shall be my pleasure to instruct you on the patterns of gusts and gales. Now, how to proceed? Pray forgive my hesitation. It was but recently that I attained the title of hearer, and, well, you are my first student. Ah, yes, I believe I have a suitable task for you. To the east of Sweet Bloom Pier, there is a small spring, giving rise to a pool. Go there and clear the air of the honeybee swarm, which lately took up residence in the area. You seem uncertain. Mayhap you wonder at the connection between my request and the subject of your study. I sympathize, Byrnjolf, but trust me, inexperienced though I may seem, this deed will deepen your understanding of wind. Take that, honeybees. Welcome back. I take it the bees are no more? Tell me, did you happen to notice many of the Vilekin's preferred flowers in the vicinity of the spring? I ask because there were none. Strange, then, is it not, that the bees should choose to congregate there? And what has caused this apparent behavior? Still your mind and reach out with your senses. Can you feel it? The path of the wind veers from its natural course, sweeping hapless creatures along in its wake. Something is playing havoc with the air's currents. Such disturbance bespeaks corruption. Return to the spring near Sweet Bloom Pier and search for pockets of corrupted air. Should you find one, use your powers of conjury to disperse it. Oh, there's the church we can have a wedding at. Like I would ever get married. Sounds like too much hassle. Well, this wasn't here before. Well done. The wind no longer keens its frustration. Let us return to full flower. Oh, fire horse! Fire horse! Flying through the sky! Fire horse! So fucking cool! I must apologize for exposing you to such danger. The corruption was greater than I anticipated, but it is through such trials that we flourish as conjurers. Now then, Byrnjolf, what did you learn as you struggled within the air's grasp? You will doubtless have noticed that wind does not strike with the instant crushing force of earth. Instead, it torments one's form, dancing across every surface and leaving 1,000 tiny wounds in its wake. These are the agonies of erosion. Having experienced such pain, you are now intimately acquainted with wind's capacity for patient destruction. Doesn't water do the same thing? No land is a stranger to its power. When you stand under distant skies and feel the wind's familiar caress upon your skin, remember the lessons you have learned here this day. I suppose I should be grateful that this latest elemental disturbance manifested itself at such an opportune time. Only the gods know what I would have taught you had it not. Yet the growing frequency of such phenomena begins to concern me. While it is true that the calamity wrought much harm upon the Trollspud, I suspect some other force is at work here. I bid you remain wary, Byrnjolf. But enough of these ominous rumblings. I regret to say that your time with me is at an end. Return to Stokeglade Fane and inform Brother Isumi of your new-found mastery. Oh, and be sure to thank him for sending me such a willing first student. Better get back to the city. It's starting to get dark out. I forgot all my camping gear. I don't want to be caught in the dark in the forest. This isn't Dual Survivor. Take me back. Conjurer's Guild. Wrong. Welcome back, Byrnjolf. The elementals inform me that you have opened your ears to the voice of the wind. That is well. Having made allies of two elements, you are well on your way along the path of conjuring, though full comprehension of these forces will only come to you in the fullness of time. Be patient. As you seek to embrace nature more fully, so will nature hold you more closely. They made you study wind? Why bother? You don't need wind to heal things, whatever those dreary lessons tell you. Conjury is inextricably bound with nature, Sylvie. That dreary lesson is one you should have learned by now. I assume by your presence here that you have once again abandoned your tutors. You must understand, if you persist in casting spells without the proper knowledge... I have all the knowledge I need. My mother never needed to embrace nature to heal, and the people she helped were thankful for her art. I will learn conjury the same way she did, and become just as great a conjurer, you'll see. But I didn't come here to argue with you, Brother Izumi. I wanted to tell you that I've discovered how to cast rays. How? What were you thinking, girl? You knew not what you do, what you risk. You are meddling with forces beyond your comprehension. Should you even attempt to use that spell, I will have no recourse but to strip you of your name of conjurer and banish you from our halls. Do I make myself clear? Why must you be so angry with me? It's not as if I were trying to hurt anyone. But that's... Sylvie, my dear child, that is precisely the point. My apologies, Byrnjolf. I hope you do not find these constant disruptions distracting. As you have just heard, Sylvie's mother was also a conjurer who was unable to use any spells outside of the sphere of healing. Needless to say, Sylvie seeks to emulate her in every way. It is a rare and wondrous talent to heal without relying on the energies of nature, but such power is not born of true conjuring. By all that we know of the art, it should not be possible for Sylvie to cast rays. I shudder to think what would happen if she tried. I fear my inability to set her upon the true path reflects my own failings as a teacher. I am only glad that those same failings have not hindered you. Whether it be with my help or in spite of it, I believe that you will become a fine conjurer. Already you are blessed with great power, and more shall be yours should you persevere with our art, as indeed I hope you shall. Yet, however much you grow, however powerful you become, remember that ours is a power borrowed, not taken. I have a new cane. Wow, I really need to clean this inventory. Oh, really? Okay. It is good to see you again, Byrnjolf. By the aura you exude, it is plain you have grown further as a conjurer. The time is come that you acquaint yourself with the third element of our art, water. For the first part of your lesson, you are to take this flask of pristine water and pour it at the foot of the hedge tree found near the hawthorn hut. The water's purity will draw forth the corrupting entity that is siphoning the tree's life force. Dispatch this being, and then speak with Brother Joaquin. I'll say Joaquin. At the hawthorn hut. As you might expect, he is a conjurer with a fine ear for the murmurings of brook and stream. Listen well to his advice if you would learn to master the element of water. Going to the East Shroud again. Googles are so cute. I would love to have a Moogle plushie. So I'm not sure where I would put it. If I put it on my shelf, it's going to end up having a whole bunch of cobwebs on it. There's the hut. Where's the tree supposed to be at? Oh look, some quests opened up. I'm going to ignore those. Especially since it's a level 20. And they'll be sending me out here again at some point. Don't remember if it's Before or after Ifrit? Should I really be bugging him at this moment? Greetings, Byrnjolf. Brother Isumi informed me of your coming. I assume it was you who purified the befouled water at the hedge tree. The joyous bubbling of the elementals was a pleasure to hear. On behalf of both them and myself, I thank you. Now, without further ado, let us speak of that which Brother Isumi sent you here to learn. I trust you did not find it strange to be asked to tend to a tree when your lesson this day concerns the element of water. One need not have studied botany to realize that the forest requires more than rich soil to flourish. Water is essential for carrying the nutrients in the earth from a tree's roots all the way to the very tips of its leaves. The precious liquid is the lifeblood of the Twelveswood. Without it, naught would grow. But should it rise into great a volume, and too swiftly, the nourishing flow will become a crashing wave that washes away all before it. It is important to realize that all of nature is in balance. As Conjury derives its power from nature, we must take care not to use our art in a manner like to disrupt this state. Ever must we be mindful of the ceaseless tug of war embodied in creation, this fruitful stalemate of the elements. Brother Joachim, are you about? I am here, sir. What has transpired? I heard a young antelope stags has gone berserk. I don't know what's got him so panicked, but there's no calming them down. The mad beasts gored the soldiers sent to shepherd him away from civilian settlements, leaving us with a pile of wounded over at Jocelyn's Spire, and not enough hands to staunch the bleeding. We need a healer, and fast. Curious. I sense nothing amiss in the whisperings of the elementals. Who could have frightened these antelopes so? Apologies. I shall revisit these musings anon. Let us make haste. If matters are as chaotic as you say, I fear the number of injured may be rising as we speak. I doubt that we, too, will suffice. We must divide our forces. Byrnjolf, travel straight away to Jocelyn's Spire and tend to the wounded. I shall endeavor to rally further healers and follow after you, bearing what restorative unguents I can. I'm sure that's how you pronounce that word. You, sir, head to Stillglade Fane and be speech and and beseech the aid of Brother Isumi. Wait a minute, I'm going the wrong way. I need to go up the hill. Who art? A conjurer, you say? Praise Nafika! You've come not a moment too soon. Sounds like yet more wounded have just been carried in. Pray offer them what aid you can. I can breathe again. Thank you. These folk are out of danger for the present, but I fear our reprieve shall be brief. The battle with the stags yet rages, and there are reports of yet more wounded. I bid you join the wood whalers and help put an end to this. Seek them just off the road that leads to the northeast. And do not worry, my art should be sufficient to prevent matters from worsening here. Now go! Sorry, didn't mean to step on you. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, I say. The conjurer from the guild. Well, tell Brother Isumi if you want. I don't care. I'm not going to stand by and watch while people bleed to death. Come to lend a hand, have you? Quickly, the fight is this way. Conjurer, your aid! worry, buddy, I got ya. Good work, team. Miss! I'm fine. Don't mind me. Pray tell me that we are not too late. He is not happy. Sylvie, what have you done? I forbade you from using such methods. Guildmaster, I will not see you repeat your mother's mistakes. My mother never did anything wrong. Byrnjolf, may I ask that you follow her, please? I fear my presence will only serve to provoke her further. She cannot have gone far in her weakened state. I don't understand. When I try to cast spells, nothing happens. When I reach for my power, there's just nothing there. Is this what the Guildmaster was trying to warn me about? He said I was repeating my mother's mistakes. The same thing happened to her. Losing her magic, I mean. And then she... Am I going to die? This can't be happening. I didn't think... Please, I need to be alone. Ooh. Stay away from those guys. Sure, they're in my hunting log, but I'd rather not tangle with them right now. never catch me, bird. Never. Byrnjolf, you have returned at last. Were you able to speak with Sylphie? I see. I once taught you that conjurers harness the power of nature that we might bring about change. Earth, wind, water, healing. The principle is no different. For the art of mending, we draw on the boundless life force of nature and bestow it upon the wounded. Sylphie has never sought to borrow from that bounty. Her power to heal stems from her own life force. The vital energies of mortals are, however, finite, and now that which I most feared has come to pass. Her mother unwittingly took her own life through the continued use of her healing skills. And Sylphie's aptitude for the art is, if anything, even greater. Thus, it is not unexpected that she would reach the limits of her strength at a much earlier age. If we do not intervene, this terrible tragedy will be repeated, and I, for one, could not bear to see the child suffer the same fate as her mother. I shall think on a solution to this dark dilemma. It may be that I will have need of your assistance in the near future, Byrnjolf. Do not doubt your abilities. You are a conjurer who has passed the trials of earth, wind, and water. You grow closer to nature with every passing day, and I sense within you the seeds of greatness. In your encounter with water, you learned its role as a bringer of life. You also felt the implacable power of a surging wave as it swept you along in its path. Like earth and wind, and nature at large, the element of water is possessed of more than one aspect. Having completed the third lesson, I am satisfied that you have mastered the fundamentals of conjuring. Yet this is the beginning of your journey. Henceforth, you must strive to attune yourself ever more closely to the elements and to nature. Really? Level 16? Okay. Fine. Again, I'll be right back. some archery. It pleases me to see how you have grown as an archer. Plainly, you have taken my counsel to heart and learned to see with your own eyes. I would now have you discover what it means to behold things from a different standpoint. You will recall Lay Aliepo, your senior in the guild. I have given you over to her care for this lesson. Speak with her and do as she bids. I've been expecting you, Byrnjolf. Shall we get on with it then? First, a quick review. Remember how the bowmaster had you seek out and destroy targets hidden throughout the city? Well, I would have you do the same. This time, however, you will need to venture outside the gates. I'm sure you've realized this by now. But there is no guarantee of safety within the 12th wood. As you search, you should take care to mind your surroundings. You won't have the luxury of focusing solely on your quarry this time. You'll have to keep your eyes peeled for potential threats as well. That said, your objective is to destroy the targets alone, so avoid unnecessary combat and maintain a safe distance from any hostile creatures you encounter. Should you come under attack, take to your heels, risking direct confrontation only if you can't outrun your pursuers. The targets are hidden in the central shroud. As before, use the heavy shot technique to destroy each one with a single arrow. Go well, Byrnjolf. Run away! That poor squirrel. Not sure why there's a lot of gold running around in there with a paintbrush. Best to run away from that. Well, well, you made short work of those targets, I must say. It seems you've learned to seek your prey without being preyed upon. Let's continue then. I have a mind to give you more practical experience, and we received a request just recently which I think will provide the perfect opportunity. It seems tree slugs and vultures have been congregating in ever-increasing numbers in the vicinity of the honey yard, causing no end of trouble for the locals. We have been tasked with culling the beasts. Excuse me. This request comes direct from Stillglade Fane. When the Wood Whalers and the God's Quiver cannot spare the forces to attend to such matters, the conjurers often turn to us for help. And before you ask, there's good reason why they would rather not see to this particular task themselves. The creatures in question possess abilities which can cause problems for the magically inclined. But that's quite enough about conjurers' troubles. Lucian taught you how to discern an enemy's key traits, did she not? Well, now you'll need to do so while maintaining situational awareness, lest you be overrun. Consider this a comprehensive review of your lessons and mine own. Your orders are as follows. Head out to the East Shroud, and there put down 8 tree slugs and 8 vultures, using all of the skills you have acquired thus far. Good hunting, Byrnjolf. That's a post right there. But back to the East Shroud I go. The combat music decided to start now. Judging by your smug expression, I'd say you've acquired a feel for maneuvering to exploit enemy weaknesses whilst covering your own. Vultures are wont to keep their opponents at wing's length, and their attacks will send you flying. The solution to this is simple. Maneuver to the rear. Tree slugs, on the other hand, have an annoying knack for disrupting spellcasting with their secretions. I think I experienced that once, actually. As such, you would do well to keep the creatures away from any mages in your party. Needless to say, good positioning is the key to success in battle, which is why it is absolutely essential that you know your target's traits. The knowing of these traits is a fundamental part of hunting. Before the Keepers of the Moon conceived of archery, they dwelt not in the city, but the forest. For my people, hunting was a way of life. In hindsight, I suppose this was more a lesson on hunting than on archery. Still, Lucien knows well my past. Mayhap that was her intent. Hunting, too, is an art. Before I came to Byrnjolf, I never gave it much thought. The more I think of home, the more I begin to realize. Forgive me, I am not given to fits of sentiment. Truly, forget I said anything. But do not forget that a hunter must recognize his prey's weakness and strike swiftly when the opportunity presents itself. That concludes the lesson. Now I suggest you pay Lucien a visit. She is doubtless eager to hear from you. It is good to see you, Byrn. It's good to see you. It is good to see you, Byrnjolf. I hope you have learned much from Leia. I think her name is pronounced Leia. You, adventurer, is it true? Are you the one who slew the tree slugs and vultures? Yes. How dare she entrust the security of our people to the hands of a stranger? I do Mikote, reckless, but she is downright irresponsible. Shame on her. Did I not warn you that it was folly to suffer that woman's presence in our guild, Lucien? Every time she wastes an arrow on game, she drags our noble art back into the darkness. Aye, and this boy too. He is an embarrassment to us all. That is quite enough, Silver. Your skill with the bow is undeniable, as is your love for our nation. Yet there is much and more you have to learn about archery. Byrnjolf has matured greatly in the short time that he has been with us. You know this to be true. I suggest you come to terms with Byrnjolf's presence here. You will be giving him his next lesson, after all. Unless, of course, you have any objections. Good. As for you, Byrnjolf, I would have you devote yourself wholly to training ahead of your lesson with Silver. Suffice it to say, he will not be an easy instructor to impress. Oh, that we can agree. Welcome back, Byrnjolf. I trust you have been keeping your nose to the grindstone. As I mentioned when last we spoke, you will train under Silver's tutelage today. Put aside your misgivings and avail yourself of his wealth of experience. Go now. Present yourself before him. I see it was too much to hope that you would not return. The others believe that you have potential, but I am not so easily convinced. Like so many adventurers, you have not the faintest inkling of what it means to be an archer. And how could you? Archery is the proud tradition of the Wildwood Elizan. The essence of this art, to read one's enemy, has been instilled in us over centuries. In that time, We have defended this great nation against every imaginable foe, granting us insight which you will never possess. Can you recognize the subtle signs that betray a coming action? No. Can you accurately predict an opponent's movement? No. Can you glean your foe's intentions at a glance? No. And can such things be learned by one who knows nothing of our traditions? No. It is only out of respect for Lucian that I have agreed to teach you. Go to the East Shroud and seek out the targets hidden there, but do not presume this will be as easy as before. As I told you, the ability to read one's enemies is fundamental to archery. Yet the trials set by my colleagues did not require you to do this. Mine will. The targets you seek have been hidden, and I do mean hidden, in the midst of a region rife with savage beasts. They will play the part of your enemies. In the unlikely event that you spy a target, your limited range will necessitate that you slip past its bestial guardians prior to taking aim. A feat I consider beyond you. Was that a frown? Mayhap you are thinking that the Makote set you a similar task. You're wrong. She asked merely that you consider where your foes are. I demand that you discern precisely where they will be. How then will you go about this? Observe them closely and discern their characteristics. Learn to read their movements and recognize patterns in their behavior. If it has eyes, let it not see you. If it has ears, let it not hear you. Be neither where it is nor where it means to be, and thereby pass unnoticed. But enough talk. Whether or not you heed my counsel is your decision. I will shed no tears should you fail. Still in the East Shroud, right? Yes. Oh, I thought this was going to be in where all the boars were going to be at, but I guess not. Didn't he say they were well hidden? Oh, that one's kind of hidden. I guess that one was... I don't know. I guess the fact that they sparkle doesn't help. I guess those are pretty well hidden. If I didn't have the sparkle effects, I probably would have a hard time trying to find them. Actually, I definitely would. Yeah, get that bird. So you have returned. A passable performance for an adventurer, but the bare minimum for any archer. I carry with me generations of wildwood tradition, a tradition built upon the bones of the many outsiders who tried to take what is ours. It was my ancestors who first learned to conceal their presence and fight from the shadows, to hold the enemy at distance, to protect the weak. All of it, everything was... This is a waste of time. You cannot understand. But if you are so intent upon following in the footsteps of my people, I bid you go to the North Shroud. Exili scouts have been sighted near the river west of Etat Spire, and unless you are entirely ignorant of Gridonian history, I need not explain that this act of aggression is part of a centuries-old conflict. Minions do not matter. It is their leader, Nazul Catelyn, the Violator, who must fall. He commands the scouts and will be well guarded, yet he stands upon the hostile ground with birdmen and not walls for protection. If you are diligent and determined, you can slip through their defenses and slay their leader. This is the art of the Gridonian archer. Embrace the wisdom I have bestowed upon you, and the fight will be short. If you see the deed done, adventurer, I will take it as proof of your commitment to us, and labor no more to drive you from the guild. Now go. So he's going to be at the we were at yesterday. job done. Yeah, speaking of this, I'll probably have to wait until I'm a high enough level to do the extremes for A Realm Reborn solo, or see if Sky will be able to assist me again. Even now I struggle to credit the sentry's reports. Yet here you are, and Azul Catlin, the Violator, is no more. That a goddamned adventurer should be so... Only by the grace of Nemea herself could you have survived. But even though it was pure luck, I'll keep my word. Byrnjolf, should you stay or should you go? I care not. You have completed that task and are no longer my responsibility. Go now to Lucienne, and she will doubtless wish to lavish you with praise. Oh, you'll get no more from me. Off with you. I am given to understand that you single-handedly drove off an Exali scouting party. And that you did so with precision and guile. How exactly was that training, Lucienne? Byrnjolf's just an adventurer. Silverd thrust him into the jaws of the enemy in the hope that he wouldn't come back. And when against all expectations he did come back, the stubborn Ars still refused to acknowledge his skill. Is that truly your impression? Well, yes. He said it was pure luck. Mere noise. Silverd sees Byrnjolf's skill. Of that I have no doubt. Did you not mark the way he covered his mouth when he uttered the words? It is a habit of his to do so on those occasions when his tongue and his heart are in disagreement. For all his skill at reading the idiosyncrasies of others, he has yet to recognize his own. Impressive work, Byrnjolf. You have applied yourself I'm gonna just call her Leia, but I'm pretty sure that is not exactly how you're supposed to pronounce that name. It's probably supposed to be pronounced Lee or something. You've applied yourself to Leia's and Silver's lessons and demonstrated your command of the core concepts. You are now an archer in your own right. Allow me to teach you something to commemorate this accomplishment. Repelling shot is an advanced technique that enables an archer to evade attacks whilst continuing to fire upon his opponent. Used wisely, it can grant you a brief respite in the heat of battle. I have faith that with regular practice, you will learn how best to employ it to your advantage. Remember your senior's lessons as you strive for true mastery. So I think this ability is something you get with Io and Paladins. And level up. And with that, I am done for today. Thank you all for watching. I guess I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.